Most people think the biggest threat to their money in the UK is inflation or rent or maybe mortgage rates. But what if I told you the real danger isn't out there in the economy, it's sitting quietly in your own mind? It's not a market crash, it's not overspending, it's financial illiteracy. And it's costing millions of people in the UK six figures over their lifetime without them even realising it. Because when you don't know how money actually works, you don't just lose money, you lose time, options, and freedom. And the worst part, this silent wealth killer gets passed down generation after generation, unless you are the one that stops it in its tracks. So what does this actually look like? Let me give you an example. Meet Isabel. She's 28, she works full-time, and she puts a bit every month into her savings account. She's doing what most people would consider to be the right thing. She figured she was doing alright until a friend showed her how £100 a month invested from age 22 could turn into six figures. She'd started at 28, and that 6-year gap, well, it could have cost her over £50,000 in a final pot. But no one ever taught her how pensions work or how compound interest can turn £100 a month into six figures as a final sum, or why investing early matters more than investing later. And because of that, she's on track to miss out on hundreds of thousands of pounds over her lifetime. That's through investments and government bonuses she could have been claiming. She could have been reclaiming the tax she's paid into a pension account, but no one told her that. And unfortunately, she's not alone. We're not talking about how to day trade crypto. I mean the basics, how credit cards work, how mortgages and buying a property works, how a pension actually works, and how interest compounds over time. According to a 2024 report by Shepherd's Friendly, over half of UK adults failed a basic financial literacy test. And among younger people under 24, only 14% managed to pass. That's not just a stat, that's a huge red flag. These questions weren't complicated, things like, do you know what an APR means? Can you explain compound interest? And would you spot a payday loan trap? Most people couldn't. The same survey found that 1 in 5 Brits believe you need to carry a credit card balance to build your credit score, which is just plain wrong. If we look at this bar chart, you can see a sharp drop in financial knowledge among younger adults. That means we're sending generations into adult life without a financial sat-nav, no map, no compass, and the worst part, many people don't even know what they don't know. It's not that people are lazy, it's just that they've never been taught. So what happens when people don't have these basic life skills? Let me paint you a picture. You don't understand credit, you rack up debt, you think pensions are something to worry about later, so you delay them. You hear that investing is risky, so you stick your savings in a current account and watch inflation quietly eat it alive. That's if you understand what inflation actually is, and it spirals from there. A really good way to counter inflation is by making the most of your money using an app that supports healthy financial habits. If you're sitting there thinking, cool, but where do I even start saving? The sponsor of today's video, Plum, is a great option. It's an app that helps you save more easily, invest without panicking, and this is the big one. Get that sweet 25% government bonus using a lifetime ISA. Here's how it works. You put in up to £4,000 a year, and the government tops it up with £1,000. It's essentially free money towards a house or retirement. Plum makes it easy to do it all from your phone. There's no spreadsheets, no finance degree required. Plus, their lifetime ISA is currently offering a competitive 4.75% AER variable, which is higher than many traditional banks. This can change, so always check the latest rates. You can start with as little as 1p, and your money is protected up to the £85,000 guarantee under the FSCS. If you're saving for your first home or retirement and you're not using a lifetime ISA, you're basically ghosting free cash. I'll drop a link down below to check out Plum's ISA. It could be the easiest win you get all year. Keep in mind this is not financial advice. A lifetime ISA may not be suitable for you, so make sure you do your own research. And your own tax treatment would depend on your own personal situation. Now, financial literacy isn't just a personal issue, it's a national concern with huge tangible consequences. According to the Office for National Statistics, 22% of adults reported borrowing more money or using more credit compared to the previous year, primarily due to the rising cost of living. This increase in borrowing is a clear indicator of financial strain among households. Further highlighting the issue, a study by PwC revealed that the total household debt in the UK has surpassed £2 trillion for the first time. Yeah, $2 trillion. Now, alarmingly, only 37% of people correctly answered the basic financial questions relating to mortgages, and just 31% did so for personal loans. This lack of understanding can lead to costly financial mistakes, and a report by the Fairness Foundation found that 1/3 of 25 to 34-year-olds in the UK have negative wealth, meaning that their debt exceeds their assets. Now, in Wales, unfortunately, this figure rises to 47%, and this kind of financial instability doesn't just mess with your money, it can mess with your whole life and cause you stress, anxiety, giving you fewer choices and less freedom. And it's not just affecting individuals. When millions of people are struggling, it starts to drag on the whole economy. So the bottom line is financial literacy isn't just some technical issue, it's fueling debt, holding people back, and it's costing the country billions. If we don't fix this education piece, we're just sticking plasters on a broken system. So something not enough people talk about is money habits start early. We start forming ideas about money long before we actually have any, but our schools are still missing the mark. According to the House of Lords, only 47% of UK children receive meaningful financial education, even though it's technically part of the curriculum. It's like handing kids car keys without driving lessons. Except the crash doesn't happen at 18, it happens at 38. And when people don't learn young, they end up learning the hard way through debt, overdrafts, payday loans, or missed investment opportunities. But here where it gets into a shady area, because some companies actually want you to be financially illiterate, and they built billion-pound businesses off the back of it. Because the sad thing is, there's money to be made from poor financial choices, and plenty of people are more than happy to cash in. It's why Denise Coates, the boss of Bet365, is one of the richest women in the UK, making billions off the back of people's poor financial decisions. Her company made over $3 billion in revenue last year, and she personally took home more than £200 million salary and dividends. And look, gambling isn't the only example. There's payday lenders, high-interest credit cards, buy now, pay later. It will all add up. When people don't understand how money works, they become the product, and someone else collects the profit. Now you might think, well, alright, but how much difference does it actually make? Well, it's a lot, because money does compound, and so do decisions. Good decisions build wealth, whereas bad ones build problems. You buy a used car instead of financing a new one, you save £200 a month. You live with flatmates a year longer, you save £150 a month. You pay off your credit card debts instead of just making the minimum payments, you save thousands in interest. We're constantly sold affordable debt. If you can't afford a £28,000 car, no problem. It's just £399 a month for 7 years. All the payments are made to look even smaller, by a down payment and a balloon payment at the end. Want that holiday but can't afford it? It's just 0% interest with Klarna. And now you can even buy now, pay later for your groceries. Yeah, your weekly shop, essentials, bread and toothpaste on credit. Now, for some people, that's a lifeline to get them through to the next month. But buy now, pay later wasn't designed for food, and it definitely shouldn't be normalized. It's so sad that this even has to exist. According to Citizens Advice, more than 1 in 3 buy now, pay later users have fallen into debt using it, and 1 in 10 have even been chased by debt collectors. But is it any surprise with the cost of everything rising? UK food shops are reporting record numbers of pensioners shoplifting. And that's even now. God forbid in 20 years' time if the current pension problem isn't sorted out. The problem is with buy now, pay later, if it's used incorrectly, it's so dangerous. Rather than managing money, it's deferring problems, and it's happening on autopilot. It feels like a solution, but it's just stretching short-term wants or short-term needs across years of future paychecks. That's how debt becomes the bridge to nowhere. Now, there's a thing called the myth of perfection. People think they need to get everything right to build wealth, and the truth is, they don't. You just need to avoid major mistakes and make good enough decisions consistently. You'll be pretty hard pressed to find anybody that hasn't made a mistake. Warren Buffett said it best: you only have to do a very few things right in your life so long as you don't do too many things wrong. According to the FCA's Financial Life Survey in 2024, only 39% of adults held any investment products. The proportion of men aged 25 to 34 investing declined from 44% in 2022 to 37% in 2024, partially due to a significant drop in crypto asset holdings. But this decline in investment participation highlights a broader issue. People are missing out on the benefits of consistently investing. Starting early and maintaining regular contributions can lead to substantial growth over time, thanks to the power of compound interest. You don't need a finance degree, you don't need to predict the next big stock, you just need to start and be consistent and let time do the rest. This is how many have built wealth. It's not getting rich quick, but getting rich rich reliably. And the way we really start early is realizing that modeling matters. This bit is especially important if you're a parent or you're planning to be one, because we all want to give our kids the best, but too often we try to give them money when what they need is money wisdom. Instead of buying the new iPhone or brand new car at 17, what if we taught them how money grows, how to budget, how to invest early? You're raising kids, but you're also raising future adults. So what are you modeling? They won't learn these things reliably at school or college. They'll learn the financial habits from you, whether you realize it or not. And here's the thing, money habits are generational. Bad ones get passed down, but so do good ones. So this isn't just about helping your kids, it's about breaking that cycle and building one worth continuing. Financial illiteracy runs in families, but so can confidence. So what can you actually do? Here are 5 small things you can do that will add up and make a massive difference. First is educate yourself. Free YouTube videos, books like The Psychology of Money, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and The Simple Path to Wealth. Second is track your money. Use budgeting apps or ones that will help you keep on top of your finances and top of your pots. Know what's coming in and what's going out. Then you want to start investing, even if it's just £10 a month into a stocks and shares ISA, because time matters more than the amount. Next is you'll want to avoid dumb debt. Pay off credit cards in full and think twice before taking on 0% monthly payments. And last but not least is talk about money. Break that taboo and talk to your friends, family, and your kids and just make it normal. We're way too shy to talk about money in the UK and we need to talk more. These steps might seem small, but they're how you build a financially literate UK one decision at a time. Financial illiteracy is the UK's silent wealth killer, but it doesn't have to be. We've got the tools, the data, the stories, and now the truth is much harder for companies to hide and profit from. So take control, keep learning, and share this with someone who needs it. Just try and help one other person you think needs help with their finances, and it will have a huge ripple effect. If you'd wish that someone had showed you how to invest or any money changes 10 years ago, I would say try and be that person for somebody else, because the sooner you start, the further you'll go. If you want to get your finances on track and really start investing, I made a super detailed guide which took months of work, which you can watch here completely for free, and I will catch you over there. Thanks.